Hello everyone, I am Video Game Hazard, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Fire Red. In the last episode, we made it to Celadon City, and in this episode, we're going to see what there is to do in Celadon City. But first, I'm actually going to head back onto this route, Route 7 here, because I missed a hidden wet bear berry. It's not a very good berry, but hey, it's there, so I figured I'd show it. Now actually going back to Celadon City, we have quite a few things here to look at. So if we go into this corner, there actually isn't an item there, but I know there is one up here somewhere. Yes, an ether can be found in this back corner. And then we want to go into the back of this building here and keep climbing up these stairs, because at the top awaits something very special. What does this guy have to say? There's nothing that I don't know, like I wrote on the blackboard. I know about the world of Pokemon in your Game Boy Advance. Get together with your friends and enjoy trading Pokemon. I can't do that, unfortunately, but what we can do is collect this ball right here, which has an Eevee! Now, if you have even the slightest of an impression of Pokemon, you've probably seen Eevee before. It is a Pokemon that can evolve into several different kinds, although in this game it's restricted to just 3. Those being Vaporeon, a water type, Jolteon, an electric type, and Flareon, a fire type. Now, it's worth noting that they all have different stats, so they have different degrees of usability. Vaporeon, it has very good special defense, very good HP, and decent special attack. So it can be good as a wall, if you decide to use it. Jolteon is a very fast special attacker with also decent special defense. And Flareon, who is still usable, but personally my least favorite of the 3, is very good with physical attack and special defense, but it doesn't have a lot of physical moves in this game, so it isn't able to make proper use of that. I will not be using any of the evolutions, but I figured I'd go over them so you know what you have in store. Anyway, if we go into the mansion here and talk to this old lady, she will give us tea. Now, we can actually bring that to the guards who were blocking the gates into Saffron City. So I'm going to do that right now, but I will not be actually going... Well, I will be going to Saffron City, but I won't be showing it quite yet, because you're really meant to do that at a later point in the game. Oh, that tea, it looks awfully tasty. Huh? I can have this drink? Gee, thanks. I apologize for making that noise. Anyway, he drinks the tea, he lets you go into Saffron City. I'll share this to you with the other guards, so you can go through any of those gates. But I am going to cut here, because I don't want to show Saffron City yet. Here on the other side of the gate to Saffron City, I wanted to cut through there, because there is actually something else that we can do now, because I believe... Yes, our Pokédex has 31 Pokemon. And I realize I could have gone down to the southern gate instead of the northern one, but whatever. Now that we have 30 Pokemon, we can actually head over to that Professor's aide, who said he would give us something if we had 31 Pokemon, or 30 Pokemon, not 31, that would be oddly specific. So we're just gonna head right over there. Maybe I should have cut this, but oh well, we're already here. Anyway, let's go up and talk to him. Hi, remember me? I'm one of Professor Oak's aides. If your Pokédex has completed data on 30 species, I'm supposed to give you a reward. Professor Oak entrusted me with the item finder for you. Sir Andrew, let me ask you, have you gathered data on at least 30 kinds of Pokemon? I sure have! Great, you've caught 31 Pokemon, hooray! You get the item finder. This is helpful in finding hidden items on the ground. And now that we have that, I am going to immediately register that, so I can just access it quickly. So, to give you an example of what the item finder is like, you press it, and it points you in the direction of a hidden item. Which I believe is up here. Yes. And there we found a PP up. I don't know if we've gotten that before. Basically, that raises the PP of one of your moves. Though it depends on how much PP the move originally had. That determines the how much your PP rises. So, if you have a move with, I believe, 10 PP, it'll grow by 2. If you have one with 15, it'll grow by 3. And if you have one with 5, it'll only grow by 1. I think it just adds 1 for every multiple of 5 there is in the original PP amount. I also caught a Growlithe off screen, because, you know, just add to the collection. But yeah, that is how the item finder works. And there are no other hidden items here in Celadon City, but there is still plenty to do here. And we are first gonna head over to the Celadon Department Store. Now, the Celadon Department Store is basically like a super Pokemon. You have multiple floors, all of which sell different categories of items. So, if we head up to this floor, you have the... Oh, this is actually a TM corner. So, yeah, there are several TMs here that we've either gotten or haven't seen before that they sell here. Hyper Beam is a new move we haven't seen. That is a 150 power normal type move, which is very good, but it does have 90 accuracy, and it takes a turn to recharge afterwards. You can also buy another Dig TM, another Brick Break TM, Secret Power, and Attract, as well as Roar. So I guess Hyper Beam's the only new one there. What does this person have? Oh, you have the regular Mart items. I think I have enough of all this stuff for now. Yeah. So yeah, usual suspects there. I don't think there's anything else on this floor. If we head up to floor 3, and talk to this person. Oh hi, I finally finished Pokemon. Not done yet, how about I teach you a good move? The move I have in mind is Counter. Not like the one I'm leaning on, mind you. So yes, you can teach one of your Pokemon the move Counter. This is a move that relies on the user taking damage from the opponent, and then essentially doubling that damage and firing it back at the opponent. So it can be useful in the right settings. I'm personally gonna pass on that. It also does not take it doesn't take type matchups into effect, so it'll be neutral damage, just always doubling whatever amount of damage was dealt to you. Now if we head up here to the 4th floor, I believe. Yes, so Pokédoll, that's an item that lets you flee from battle without fail. Retromail we don't care about. What we do care about, however, is the stones. You have a Fire Stone, Thunderstone, Water Stone, and Leaf Stone. Those are all used for evolving certain other Pokemon, similar to the Moonstone that we got before. But I think I'm actually going to buy myself the Thunderstone. Because one of our Pokemon can make use of that. Blitz, it's time for you to evolve. And Blitz has evolved into a Raichu! Now, as applies with... The same applied with Nidoking, but Raichu will not gain many level-up moves after having evolved, but luckily, it has already learned basically all the level up moves I wanted it to learn, so it's not a concern, and I'm fine with just evolving it at 30. On the, what is it, the 5th floor? Yes, the 5th floor. This is where you can buy vitamins for your Pokemon. I don't have enough money for any of them, but HP up, that increases your HP, pretty self-explanatory. Protein increases your Pokemon's attack. Iron is for defense. Calcium is for special attack. And zinc is for special defense, and Carbos is for speed. So, if one of your Pokemon has a stat that's particularly lacking, you can always buy one of the vitamins and increase that stat. Although there are some of them can be found just in the overworld, so you don't really need to buy them that much. I am gonna go ahead and sell some items here though, but vitamins can be very useful in certain situations, and it is also worth noting that you can only use them so many times, because I believe I forget if they're tied to IVs or EVs. IVs are individual values, and which, you know, differ depending on the individual Pokemon, and EVs are effort values, which depend on, basically depend on what stat increases you get from defeating certain Pokemon. So, one example, I think, is that, I can't actually think of an example off the top of my head that's applicable to this game specifically, but basically, certain Pokemon give certain EVs when you defeat them, whether they be HP, attack, defense, what have you. And as you probably saw, I don't think I said it, but the other clerk down there had battle items to sell you. Now, if we go up to the roof here and talk to this girl, she'll say, "I'm thirsty, I want something to drink." And we go over to this vending machine here, and we have 3 options here. We have the fresh water, the soda pop, and the lemonade. Now, if we check what those items do, the fresh water is identical to a super potion, heals 50 points of HP. Soda pop heals 60 points of HP, and lemonade heals 80. So, fresh water, I personally wouldn't get that often, although it does cost less than the super potion, so maybe I would. But soda pop and lemonade are really where it's at, because they're sort of middling HP increasing items, well, between super potion and hyper potion at least, so that I find them rather useful. But you can only buy 1 drink at a time, so it is kind of tedious. But anyway, if you go back and talk to this girl after getting each of the drinks and give her one, she will give you some TMs. TM16 is Light Screen. That is a move that sets up a wall for, I want to say 5 turns, that makes your whole team have better special defense against the opponent. Yes, you literally explained it. Cool. So that's the reward for giving her the fresh water. If you give her the soda pop, you get TM20, which is, I believe, Protect. Oh no, Safeguard. That is Safeguard. That is a move that prevents status problems among your Pokemon. Thank you for explaining. Maybe I should just let you take care of this. And if you give her the Lemonade, she will give you TM33. That is Reflect. Yes. That's the same thing as Light Screen, but for physical defense. So yeah, I'm gonna personally buy a few lemonades while I'm here. Okay, all done buying lemonades. So that is basically all there is to the department store here. There's also an elevator to just take you quickly down to whichever floor you wanted. But yeah, we're basically done with the department store. But there is still more to Celadon City. There is a gym, which we will not be tackling this episode. But there is also something else. I should also check the sign here. Celadon City, the city of rainbow dreams. How nice. The gym is down there, but we will need Cut to get to that. So, you know, make sure you have a Cut user on you. If we go in here... Ah, there's a basement under the game corner. We'll be getting to that shortly. Go ahead, left. I'm flat out busted. No more slots for me. I'm going straight. Here, I won't be needing this anymore. So this man gives us the coin case. Now, you may be wondering, what is the coin case for? Well, what else but gambling? Because if we head up... that's not actually the way I wanted to go. That was a rather long way of going around, but... here we have the Game Corner. Rocket Game Corner, the playground for grown-ups. Rocket. Where have I heard that name before? And then we have a prize exchange next to it. We'll get to that in a second. But if we head in here, you just have a bunch of slot machines. But we cannot play yet because I don't think we have any coins. Actually, do we have any coins? No, we do not. But there is an easy way to change that. Because hidden around the game corner are several coins just lying on the ground. We get 10 coins right there. If we go over here, there's another 20. And there's more up this way. Another 10 right there. I believe some of the people here will also give you some coins. Kid, do you want to play? Ah, yes. This guy gives you 10. Keep this quiet. It's rumored that this place is run by Team Rocket. Ooh. Suspicious. There's another 10 coins on the ground right here. Let's see. Where are these? Ah, yes. There we go. 20 coins. You don't have anything important to say. Oh, no, actually, you are talking about the gym leader. But we're not quite ready for that. Wait, is that on that guy? Oh, is it on the seat over here? Oh, no, I think it's literally... Huh? Oh, there we go, it's behind him. Must have fallen out of his pocket. So there was 10 coins there. Another 10 right there. Literally right next to me. And... where is this? Is it here? Ah, there... 100 coins! That's the big one I was looking for. Hey, what? You're throwing me off. Here's some coins, so shoot. This guy gives you 20. We have... let's see... this guy gives you another 20. He gave us all his coins. We get another 10 there. And then... another 40. So that's another decent-sized collection. We are gonna ignore that rocket grunt for now. Where is this last pile of coins? Or at least what I assume is the last pile of coins. Ah, yes, 10 coins there. And I believe... oh, no, there's more. Where is this? Where the heck? Where... is it right... oh, there it is. That took longer than it should have. I believe, though, that that is all the coins. So, if we go up to the counter here, you can exchange your coins for fabulous prizes next door. And this person will just straight up sell you coins. 1,000 Poké Dollars gets you 50, 10,000 gets you 500. We do not have enough for the 10,000, otherwise I would be doing that. But, we are actually... I think we're gonna use this one. I remember there being a lucky slot machine here. I don't remember exactly which one it is. I feel like it's this one, but I am probably wrong. Anyway, this is literally just slots. Yeah, slots in a Pokemon game. If you let's see, if you wager 1 coin, you get the middle row. 2 coins, you get all 3 rows. And if you wager 3 coins, you can get diagonal matches. So I am probably gonna suck at this. This is not at all easy. But basically you just wager however many coins you want and hope for a match. I got something there. So I actually have 2 more coins than I started with. Well, now 1 less, but... Oh, wow. I'm surprised I'm actually getting matches. Usually it takes me at least a few tries. But yeah. These are the slots. I know, gambling in a kid's game. I think this has actually gotten the age rating raised in some countries on re-releases. Well, actually, no, this game hasn't had re-releases. I'm thinking of the original Red and Blue. But yeah, you can just keep trying here if you want. I'm probably going to stop here in a moment because I don't want to throw away all of my coins. But yeah, those are the slots. It probably goes without saying that if you get the Lucky 7, you get a huge payout. But I honestly just save up my money and exchange for coins at the counter for anything I might need. But you're probably wondering what we can use those coins for. Well, if we go over to the prize corner, we have several items we can buy. Smoke Ball, which... Oh, I'm trying to remember what that does. Yes. If a Pokemon holds the Smoke Ball, they can flee the battle without fail. Miracle Seed, that raises the power of Grass-type moves by... Oh, how much is it? I want to say it's 20%. Let me double-check that, actually. Oh, no. I'm thinking of later games. It boosts by 10% in this game. Charcoal is the same thing as the Miracle Seed, but for fire moves. Mystic Water is for water moves. And then the Yellow Flute, I want to say... Oh, I remember now. That heals confusion on Pokemon. So if one of your Pokemon is confused in battle, you can just use the Yellow Flute to heal it. I forget if that uses it or not, but either way. This counter, we have Pokémon for sale. If you had a hard time getting an Amber earlier on, you can buy one for 180 coins here. Same thing goes for Clefairy. If its rarity was too much for you in Mountain Moon, you can buy it for 500. For 2,800 coins, you can buy Dratini, which is the only Dragon type in this game, or at least part of the only line of Dragon types in this game. It is decently rare. We have not had the opportunity to catch it, but we will in a little while. Scyther is a bug-flying type Pokemon. It's actually rather good. This is exclusive to Fire Red. In Leaf Green, this would be a Pinsir instead, which is just a bug type with similar stats to Scyther. And that's 5,500 coins. And then if you have 9,999 coins, you can buy a Porygon, which is just a normal type. It's really not worth it to buy it in this game. I believe this is also the only way you can get Porygon, whereas the others have other methods of obtaining them. So yeah, do not get Porygon. It does not evolve in the main story of this game because it didn't evolve in the original Red and Blue. It did get evolutions in later generations, but you know, you don't have access to them in the main story here. So, not at all worth it. Now this third person here, we can buy TMs from. Now, off the top of my head, if I can remember what these are, TM13 is for Ice Beam, TM23 is for Iron Tail, TM24 is for Thunderbolt, TM30 is for Shadow Ball, and TM35 is for Flamethrower. Yeah, the part of my brain that would have gone to remembering route numbers went to remembering which TMs are for which moves. I'm such a nerd. Anyway, you can buy them for anywhere between 3,500 and 4,500 coins. I will be coming back for these later, but I obviously don't have enough coins right now. So, that is most of what there is to do here in Celadon. What does this guy say? Oh yes, someone stole our Sylph Scope. I wonder what that is for, and I wonder if we'll find whoever stole that. But for now, there isn't really... Actually, that spot is teasing me. Is this a hidden item? No. Huh. That seems like a really obvious spot for one. Maybe that's just to trick you. But with all that out of the way, there are actually two things we have to do in Celadon City, but I would like to tackle the gym first, in the next episode. So, on the next episode of Pokemon Fire Red, we're going to be taking on the Celadon City Gym. See you guys then.